Welcome techies, so you asked for it, here's the review. Yes, we're taking a look at Bitdefender Internet Security 2016. And what a perfect time, it is 35% off, right? So there we go. And believe it or not, it's actually more expensive to get one license right now than it is to get 3 licenses. So if you want Bitdefender, now is the time to buy it. But for those of you who are on the edge still and don't know if Bitdefender is good or not, well, we're going to find out today if it is worth buying or if you should just steer clear of it. Now, Bitdefenders always perform well, so I'm expecting a pretty successful review today. And by the way, it is going to be a full review. We're going to be doing a configuration test right here and taking a look at the interface as well as what's new, as well as the 0-day and web threat portion of the test, which is part 2. And then we're going to move on to part 3, maybe not today, but some other time. Definitely take a look at the ability that Bitdefender has to remove malware from an already infected machine. And as you all know, removal and prevention are completely different avenues. So this hopefully will be a one-stop shop for anybody who has malware issues or is looking to prevent malware issues. Anyways, so we look at the breakdown right here. Supposedly it's the best internet security against cyber threats, the official product of the year. By who? We don't know, but they're advertising it. So they got a whole bunch of keynotes right here stating that they're the best. Now, I do notice they don't have Komodo's statistics on here, but they do have Kaspersky, Symantec, and McAfee. McAfee, not too surprisingly, is on the bottom. Great. So, that's for performance, I'm assuming. Oh, and they got performance and then protections right over here. So they're basically toting that they're the best performing antivirus in the sense that they don't bog down your system, as well as they will get the job done when it comes to removing malware and keeping your system secure. Security meets artificial intelligence. That's the brain technology that was introduced back in 2014, late 2014, I should say. Now, then it was only available to the multi-device. Now, I think they have implemented it in the internet security portion of their products. But don't quote me on that, guys. If it's but I believe it is now been incorporated across their products. So, like I said, don't quote me on that. I was Googling a little bit and I kept getting different answers. So, anyways, so we got a multitude of features right here. You get the Global Protection Network, which I believe that stands for right there. We're gonna call it that, right? But it's supposedly the most advanced security network out there. Anti-ransomware. Now, this is a really cool feature. So, supposedly, you're supposed to be able to tell Bitdefender to protect certain areas of your system, such as documents, photos, things like that. And it will not allow ransomware to encrypt those. So now, necessarily, it's not going to protect you against the rest of the system being fiddled around with via ransomware, but supposedly, it's supposed to keep your personal files safe. So then the ransom is basically unnecessary because you can just extract your files, reload the operating system, and everything's going to be great. Now, if it can protect the rest of the system and prevent the ransomware from running it all in the first place, well, obviously that's what you're looking for. But this is definitely a great feature, I think, to be introducing into a security suite just because of the multitude of different varieties of ransomware that there are nowadays. And it's becoming a huge issue. It's a very, very intelligent piece of software, and the concept is very intelligent too. Lock out your user from accessing their personal documents and assets. Well, you're basically forcing their hand, if they didn't back up their files, to buying or paying that ransom that you now have held on their system. So, and you can make a lot of money. Now you're not just trying to destroy their data, you're also trying to make them pay for their data. So it's very, very intelligent. Autopilot, been around for years. Phenomenal feature. Basically, it's to make it easier for ma and pa to use this program, or lack of using this program, I suppose. You're supposed to be able to just install it and forget about it. It will take care of itself and do all the decision making for you. Obviously, you can turn this off and it'll become a very advanced platform in which security gurus can go apeshit over. Okay, maybe not apeshit, but you get the point. It makes it so that it can also it can basically put more alerts on the screen or display more alerts, making it more interactive for the user to make their own decisions. Personally, that's the way I like to run my internet security, just because I like to make the decisions when it comes to what's running on my system. So that's kind of how I have Komodo set up. It's a little noisier, but it makes your system a little bit more secure. But autopilot, from what I've seen in the past, has done a pretty bang-up job. So maybe we'll do kind of a two different types of tests. Maybe we'll do autopilot for like a prevention on the web-based 0-day, and then web-based. We'll do maybe autopilot, and then we'll try through some of the samples, the 0-day samples. Maybe we'll try running it on the regular mode with autopilot disabled. Then we have Photon, preserve device speed and performance. Now this is basically just a caching system. It's going to take a look at the files that are good, and if there are no updates or the files haven't changed since the last signature update, I should say, basically it's not going to look at them. I mean, why would you look at something that has been known to be safe? Unless the file changes, there's no need to rescan the file. So that's going to increase your system performance right there. A lot of anti-malware companies have been implementing similar features like this, such as Komodo. They have their caching system now, they've had for quite a while. Smart scan, it's supposed to be an ultra fast scan, yada yada yada. Anti-spam, we aren't testing that. Web filter, we're gonna be definitely taking a look at that. And anti-rootkit. Now I don't have any rootkits right now that I can kind of throw at them, but hopefully we'll have some within the folder today. That'll be really cool if we can test that and see the ability to block some rootkits. So moving down here, full features list right here, complete data protection, ransomware protection, we talked about that stuff, cloud integration, so it is a cloud scanner, Bitdefender Photon right there, Proton, jeez, here we go again, right, with the words. Secure browsing, makes browsing safer, we figured that, USB immunization, so it's able to protect you from USB malware. And then we have password manager, so that's pretty cool. You can have a safe vault to store all your passwords, so you don't have to worry about that. Personally, I just use Excel and you encrypt it and you're fine. So that's just to me is kind of a gimmick right there. Just a little, I like to call it the fluff. Yeah, Bitdefender seems to have a lot of fluff in theirs, if you ask me. But you know what? For some people, it's good. They got a rescue mode right here for Ethernet, such as rootkits, it says. Let's see, cannot be moved in your Windows operating system, boot into rescue mode. Okay, so it's basically like a bootable part of the program. Now, I don't know if they make a separate partition for that or how it works. Maybe we'll have to take a look at that a little bit later. But that'll be interesting. We'll see if we can, if the system becomes unusable, we can go in there. And maybe I'll actually use that for the removal test. I think I might. I'm going to think about it a little bit, but I think I might use that rescue mode for our removal test and kind of test that out to see how well it works. Sounds like a pretty good test for me. Bank online without worries. They basically have Safe Pay, which is an isolated environment, isolates it from the rest of the system. So key loggers such as that, anything that would try to spy on you wouldn't be able to do so. They also have, I don't see, maybe I'm probably missing, but I know they have a Bitdefender Wallet, which is essentially a area where you can put all your payment credentials, stuff like that, and autofill it into any forms on your browser. So that's kind of nice. You got cloud integration, Photon, yeah, movies, file shredder, it's got it, so yay, you know, there's not enough free file shredders on the internet. Battery mode, so it can enhance your battery life, I'm presuming, stuff like that. Autopilot, fast and secure payment, that's the wallet, and then quick vulnerability scanner. So it basically has a vulnerability scanner to make sure you have the latest Windows updates and your applications such as Adobe and Java are up to date, because those are one of the two most exploited applications, third-party applications out there. They are constantly being exploited. So keep your Adobe and your Java up to date. It's very important. Woo! Yeah, remember I said Bitdefender is very feature rich? Well, I was not kidding. So, with that said, probably forgetting about 80% of the features in here, but we don't have all day. So, let's close that out. Take a look at the installer. What do we got? Oh, jeez. What do we got here? We have a 6.87 megabyte installer. Well, this is not the actual program. This is just a downloader. So, it's going to be installing a whole slew of stuff on this system. So, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do the old double click on it. We're going to run this. We're going to take a look at what it wants me to do. Maybe. Okay, so it's downloading the packages right now. Now I have a pretty fast internet connection, so hopefully this will not take long. Don't mind me, I'm just going to look at the other computer over here that I'm working on. Okay, you're 1% fragmented. Well, I told you to defrag. Why did you not defrag? Okay, great. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So we're just waiting on this package to download. It was pretty fast, but that was a lot of data apparently it was downloading. So I was using the full benefits of my internet connection. All right, so here is the interface for the installation. I think this to me is like the most badass looking interface ever. I just think that is the coolest thing ever. I think that whoever is designing their interfaces over there, give them a raise. Seriously, the Bitdefender's always had bang up interfaces. So we're gonna go ahead and let's see, what do we got for customized settings? We're not gonna adjust anything. We're just gonna take a look. So we can adjust the path, cool, and we can change our proxy settings and anonymous usage data, yada yada yada. Great, install. Woo! Look at that. And once again with the awesome interfaces. Holy crap, that looks really cool. I know it's an anti-malware interface that I'm going crazy over, guys, but come on, you gotta admit that it's a pretty cool looking interface. So, while this is downloading or scanning right now, and I kind of wish that you could skip the scan because this is a clean virtual machine, unless it finds the pack of malware I have zipped up over here. Don't say anything, but I really wish you could skip that because to me it kind of would be nice to skip it. But I understand you got the novice user who would sit there and, like, user here who would say, well, why do I need to do a scan, and close it out, and then, oh, look at that, your system's infected and it was never cleaned off, and now the installation got mucked up because you didn't clean the malware off first. So I understand what the method of their madness here. I see it. I see it. So I guess I'll just tolerate it. And oh well, you know, it is what it is. And so I think I might have to do some video editing magic. Oh, maybe. Wow, holy crap. I did not edit that, guys. That was very fast. But now, of course, it's going to probably sit at 95% for the next 20 minutes, right? Woo, yay! Bitdefender has successfully installed Bitdefender Photon. Bitdefender Photon technology has been engaged. I love that right there. Oh, hello. I guess apparently you can't highlight. You can just move the whole thing. Cool. Anyways, to reach high-speed scanning, performance, Bitdefender and not adapting to your configuration. Scan your system has not found any viruses. Yay! Gee, I called that one. Okay, so what's it doing now? I clicked OK. Is it going to load the interface? Is it going to tell me that my system is secure? What is going on? Talk to me, Bitdefender. Don't leave me hanging. Oh, I got a little working in background icon there for the cursor. Something's going on. Oh, there's the icon down there. Okay, cool, cool. Bitdefender services are loading. Oh, Bitdefender Central. What is this? Is this the whole interface? Let's see. No, it wants me to sign in. Well then, there's no way to close this out? Oh cool, I can close it out. Okay. Ah, crap. Are you serious? I gotta freaking get a Bitdefender Central just to load this thing? I already typed in my email address to download the stupid thing. Alright, well luckily. Oh, hello. I have that. So let's go ahead and we're going to type in our super secret password. Alright, sign in. What? That's right. Bull crap. Yeah, that's just not right. Let's try it again. You're kidding me, right? Ah. Alright. Alright guys, I'll be back here after I'm done resetting my password. Just kidding guys, I typed the email address in wrong. So, alright, anyways, we got it loading up here. Configuration in progress, please wait. Awesome, so I guess it's configuring. Now I did sign up for this a couple days ago and kind of played around with it a little bit, so yeah, we got that going for us. Okay, you are at a risk. Oh, well. Oh, I guess we're protected now. Yet we have not been updated. So how am I protected, Bitdefender, if I haven't updated? So let's go ahead and click that little update button there and get updated here. While we're doing that, let's see. We got, okay. Thank you for subscribing to Bitdefender. 27 days remaining. There you go. Okay. So I still have some time left in my subscription, my trial. Looking at the main interface right now. Once again, guys, you're going to hear it a lot probably this video. This looks freaking awesome. I kind of wish maybe they'd make a little bit busier of a background. I used some of those images that they used before. That'd kind of be cool, or make it kind of maybe out of focus a little bit. That might look really cool. But all around, I think the interface is awesome. It's set up kind of like the Windows tiles here, trying to be very touch friendly and mimic the Windows UI. And in the main interface, we have, I don't think we can adjust these buttons. No, there's no way here. Okay, so in this UI, we have Bitdefender Central right here, which if we click on that, it should load up a internet browser window, if I remember correctly. Yes, we have Edge opening up. And then in here, you can adjust multiple settings, such as, well, settings for different computers, realistically, and also control certain things. And we can also do a remote update. That's kind of a cool feature right there. So essentially, you can be the IT guy for your whole family. Yeah. Oh, freaking, I don't want to type in my password. Whatever. Let's see here. See if this works now. Ah, what? That is the one. Oh, I typed the password in wrong. Guys, I cannot type in passwords for some reason when I'm on camera. There we go. Or on air. I don't know what you're going to call it. Anyways, so here is the interface. You can see I have my computer right here, which has 28 days apparently left on it. If we go ahead and click on that, it states that my device is protected, the time left in the subscription. If we go over here to protection, quick scan, no threats were found. You can do a full scan, so you can actually initiate scans remotely too. And then vulnerabilities. Vulnerability applications skipped, weak passwords, stuff like that. No vulnerabilities detected. Parental advisor, so we can adjust parental settings through here. My subscriptions, tech assist, so you can actually get a Bitdefender assistant. So what's this right here? Issue. Well, what's the issue? 28 days. I guess, oh, that's the issue. Okay, great. So that's Bitdefender Central, basically. It's kind of a nice little interface that you can play IT guy with. We got a quick scan button right here, vulnerability scan button right here, system scan right here, which I believe is a full system scan, and then save pay, and we're currently downloading our signatures. Taking a look at, we click the modules button here, we can adjust see different settings for the different modules, so we can do more advanced things such as quick scan, system scan, minor scans, or rescue mode. Probably going to be trying that rescue mode out in the removal test. Then we have web protection right here. Click on web protection, we get search advisor, things like that. So that's basically a safe search filter to help you protect against that stuff. We got phishing protection. Let's click on antivirus here. Everything's set at normal. And exclusions, nothing there. Quarantine. Okay. Let's see. Vulnerability. We're not going to mess anything with in here. Weak passwords is going to check for all that stuff. Firewall. I'm not going to touch anything in here. Now, realistically, I think this is kind of weak in the settings. Oh, no. I think this is kind of weak in the settings avenue or settings department for a firewall. And I realize that firewalls really are just rules and that's it. So realistically, you probably don't need much more. But for the most part, I do think that they do need to allow or have a little bit more settings like Komodo does in their firewall. But I know Komodo has been always known for their firewall. Intrusion detection is on, but it's at basically permissive, so it's not going to be doing that much in the way of alerting you. I might actually turn this up to medium, but we will see how it performs with it at default. Anti-spam, we're not going to do that. Ransomware protection. So here is where we can enable boot protection and then also enable our folders and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to turn that on. And then we're going to also, okay, we are by default all of these, so we're going to protect those. And I noticed how it protects the OneDrive. This is something that I haven't tested out and that I might actually test out. I am concerned that with Microsoft's OneDrive, if for some reason you were to get infected with ransomware and then the OneDrive folder is encrypted, well, what happens when Microsoft decides to sync your settings now because it detected changes? Now you've just synced all of the encrypted documents, overwriting your old documents or photos or whatever's on your OneDrive with the useless ones now. So when people say, oh, I back it up, or I back it up to OneDrive, yeah, that's great. But for things like this, it is still not as good as a hard backup, as keeping a physical copy of something like a hard drive or something like that. It's just not as good. Now, when you have a fire in your house, if you have a fire in your house, sorry for the negative talk right away, guys, this would be a better option for that specific area of destruction, just because, well, if you have a hard drive in the house that burned down, you just burn down your computer as well as your backups, so you're kind of screwed there. So that's where this would come in handy, doing offsite backups. Or you can just make a copy of another drive and store it somewhere. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to turn that on, and then we're also going to put in some, let's go to, what should we do? Let's go to Paint. And then we're going to open up Paint here and just draw something, maybe not. All right, there we go. So we're just going to go ahead and draw, there we go. Yeah, this guy looks really happy, right? Okay, so we're going to put this in that folder and just see if it is able to protect it. Call it happy. There we go. So we got that in the folder, and let's go back to our settings here, go back to our interface, see what we got, make sure we went through all the settings. Okay, so then we got ransomware protection, trusted applications, so you can add trusted applications there, blocked applications. So we'll see, maybe it'll populate automatically. But overall, let's take a look at general settings here. Display widget, yes. Paranoid mode. This is going to basically give you a lot of alerts from what I've read in the manual. Lots and lots of alerts, which some people like them. But I don't necessarily know if I want it to alert me for every little thing. But I'd have to try it out. But for the sake of the test, we're just going to leave it there. Update. Leave that at default. So not too much in the way of settings. You can obviously password protect it too. All right. I think that does it. I think that's pretty much the interface. Oh, should check the memory usage quick here. So let's open up Process Explorer and see what we're using. All right. And that'll be it then for the configuration and installation portion of this video. So let's just take a look at this quick and see what we got for Bitdefender processes. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 Bitdefender processes running right now. And we got this one up here, which is the, what is that one doing? Bitdefender Security Service. It's actually using quite a bit of RAM, and it's using some CPU too. It's kind of steady usage of CPU. So I can't say it's light on the system, judging by the numbers, but realistically, I don't really feel like it's slowed down all that much. Now, granted, I am on a pretty powerful machine here, so on older hardware, you might notice a small slowdown with Bitdefender running. But now, keep in mind, guys, this could be the photon technology just trying to kind of work itself out. So take these numbers with a grain of salt. Just realistically, it is over the, yeah, it's getting close to about, it's over 300. It's over basically 300 megabytes. I'll get it out eventually and say it, of RAM usage on this system. So not exactly the best, but maybe it'll do better in security, protecting the system. That's all that really matters, guys, if it protects the system. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed the configuration installation portion of Bitdefender. Please join me in the second video, which is going to be an actual test to see how well Bitdefender can protect against web threats and zero-day threats that it does not know about. So, see you in a bit.